Hey, MaddScrappers. So I'm back here with a combo mini haul. If it's all about Spellbinders today. It's just a few things I picked up. I combined an order I needed to make for self-serving reasons because I need to really get started on my Christmas card, and then I combined it with the Spellbinders buy one get one free. I cashed in a coupon for all the orders I'd done. I had racked up like 1,500 points, so it gave me $15 off. So I did all of that. So that's one thing you want to do. Make sure you join Spellbinders. I think it's something you automatically do when you create an account. You get rewards, and you get rewards for each of your orders. So I mean, this is like the third or fourth time I've been able to cash in one of those coupons to make something I want happen sooner than I wanted to. I would have normally waited to see for another sale, because when I could get the sale, it was out of stock, and then now there's no sale and it's in stock and it was pricey. So anyway, the long story, long story long, is just go ahead and, at least where Spellbinders is concerned, make sure that you sign up for an account, and so because you'll get points for any orders that you make. If you join the monthly club like I am, you get 10% off of all of your orders. That helps, and it automatically shows up in the price. So because I belong to the Die Hard right now, which is the small and the large dies, and I can't wait. Mine are going to come out next week is when it's supposed to hit. I believe, I can't forget what my day is, but it's later in beginning of next week. And I'm really excited about that. But meanwhile, anyway, I went in and really what I did, so this is a combination, both Spellbinders and a couple of things I picked up at Hobby Lobby. What I wanted, when I ordered from Spellbinders, this was what I wanted. This was the October 2018 large die of the month, and it is the truck. So it's a truck, and this year, I promised my husband, this year's theme for our Christmas card was going to involve a truck. So it has a truck. It's really adorable. I saw a YouTube done by, I know her name is Yana. I can't remember the rest of it. I will link it down below because I want to give credit where credit is due. She did a card, one I thought was amazing. And I'm going to take a spin on. I'm going to do a few things differently because me personally, I wanted to do gnomes. So one thing, and I had promised him trucks, so I have to keep my, stay to my word. So trucks it is, but what I have decided is I'm going to put on the bumper, which is this piece right here. I'm going to have a little gnome, because I have the Mama Elephant gnomes, the agenda gnomes. So I'm going to have, my little truck is going to have a gnome on it. So I will show you guys when I get that done. I'll show you the card. Maybe I'll do a quick video about it, but I'm going to take, I've already, taken what I like about it, which is the colors that she did, and some of the techniques, and then I'm going to add my spin to it, because I'll do some things differently. But anyway, so that's what this is for. It is the truck, and then I went ahead and got the sentiments for it, because I really liked it, because I plan on doing the tree, but this also has a very large ornament. It also has, I forget, let's see what it says. So it says you could do happy holidays. Well, at that point, that was my plan, was to include the ornament and the happy holidays and a tree sticking out. And then it was afterwards that I saw the video, and we're changing the whole thing. So I do not believe I'm going to use the license plate. So now I have this for the heck of it. Because I want to do a stamp on the back that we saw Yana do. That's a hero art stamp that I'm ordering through Amazon. So that will be coming. So it'll be a combination. But either way, I got this and this, which is just extra pieces to it. So you can do, it'll be, I think they've done a just married one here, because you see the J, the just. So, and one of these says married, so we can do just married. So I can do different cards for different occasions. So I always wanted this. I finally, pulled the trigger and got it with my points and my 10% off. And then the buy one, get one free. I wanted to go ahead and get this. I bought this as an FSJ embossing folder. It's all fall leaves. I saw Nicole Spohr do a card, which I'm going to, this is the little tutorial I'm tying into this. I really was enchanted with that. So I'm doing my spin on the Nicole's card, which will be this. And I'm going to come, when I'm done, I'll come back and I'll show you guys how I did this. So this is my spin on it. So this is the embossing folder inked up. It needs the blessings, and the stamp are from Hero Art. So it's this one. It's this Hero Arts stamp. So it comes with the die. The die is rattling around my desk here somewhere, because I was die cutting all those, I'm going to, die cut the blessing. So hopefully I find it, because I don't see it, and hopefully a cat didn't steal it. Elvis has been known to pilfer stuff off my desk, so I'll be looking for that in a minute. But this is the card. I found it. Here we go. Here's the, no, that's not it. Oy, I'm in trouble. Okay, well, fine. Hopefully, cross your fingers, guys. Otherwise, this is going to be a really short card. Anyway, so this was part of the buy one, get one free. I went ahead and got the folder that I wanted. And then because she did it with one from Simon Says Stamps, and it was, of course, out of stock. Because anything I want has to go out of stock because apparently I have great taste and everybody wants the same things I do. And then what I went ahead and did for the buy one, get one free is I got this ornament from Spellbinders that I have been eyeballing for a while. So it's an ornament or you can do a card. And I like that idea of incorporating an ornament into a card. So let's see what I come up with. And if I do, then I'll do it as a separate tutorial and upload it and show you guys what I did. So those are the two. And then I also went to Hobby Lobby. And this last week, Hobby Lobby had 40% off all Sizzix and all Spellbinders. And I got a Sizzix die, and I'm not sure where I've placed it around here, but, you know, you need to know your inventory, people. And I have my inventory, except I didn't have Sizzix yet on my phone. I take pictures of everything, and I have them in folders on my card. And I haven't done Sizzix. Big mistake, because the die I bought, I have already. So somebody's going to benefit with that, or I'm going to remember to actually return it. But what I did buy was the other thing I really liked, which was the car. I've been eyeballing this for quite a while, so I went ahead and bought the card, and then I bought the Santa to it. So I may be doing both. I'll do a combination. I don't know, but again, at 40% off, it was enough for me to say, okay, yes, I'm going to grab that. So this is all my little mini haul from Spellbinders and Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to come back with you in a minute and I will take you through what I did. This is a really quick and easy card, and I really enjoyed it. And I think the only thing I may do differently is I want to sparkle this somehow up, and I doesn't mean grabbing a Wink of Stella and doing each leaf individually. I'll lose my mind, but I'm going to go find a spray. Okay, so give me a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, bye. Okay, guys, I am back. It took me a little bit longer than I thought, but that's the way it is always. I did do a little bit of pre-leg work because some of the stuff you guys don't see. So I went ahead already and I die cut the blessings and then 3 layers in this craft color so that I can go ahead and just get right into it. Although I just thought of something that I forgot to grab. I knew it wasn't going to fail. Give me 1 second. I forgot to grab craft paper. Be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. I found it. I just grabbed the piece of craft paper we're going to need later for our sentiment. One thing I wanted to show you guys that I forgot to show you earlier. This is, I'm missing something. Why do I think I'm missing something? This is the missing piece to my Christmas card, for my Santa. And I got this also 40% off at Hobby Lobby. And it's the Santa, so it's the face die. If you can see that. I don't want to get too close because I'll blur it out. But I'm going to use the stocking hat. The stocking hat's going to go on the truck. So wait, you'll see, it's going to be just so stinking adorable. But I wanted to show you because that's part of the Hobby Lobby haul that I got. And I got this specifically for that card. So between Spellbinders and Hobby Lobby, I scored. I got all the thingies I needed. Okay, so now we're going to toss that aside because we don't need that right now. What we're going to work on now is I want to show you the how the base comes together. So let me grab over my my Spellbinders handy dandy embossing folder, and I'm just going to open that up, and all I need to do is, here's my cardstock. I am using Bristol Canson Bristol Smooth. Let me see let me show you. This is the paper I am using. It's Bristol Smooth. I loved it. Several people who are stampers use this, who are blenders, and I've started using it and I love it. So I'm lucky that I had less of a learning curve, at least on there, by grabbing good paper. So definitely, if you want it for ink blending, lay your hands on this. Don't be a dummy. Go and use a 40% off coupon. Watch, Hobby Lobby has it on sale all the time. Michael's not so much. Michael's, it's usually you buy one, get the other one for 50% off. So I hold out for my coupons. So Joann's is also a great source for those coupons. So watch the sales. Don't pay retail. Get it cheap. Anyway, that's it. That's your public service announcement. So the first we're going to do, of course, is emboss it, because without embossing, we're not going to get anywhere. And then I'll show you the inks I use. Let me clear the mess here a little bit. So I've got my piece cut down. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, if I'm not wrong. Let's see, because I write notes for everything I do, because by the time I do this again, I will have forgotten. Yes, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I will trim it down. And what I'm going to do to get a nice embossed relief, I did it. I embossed it once and wasn't happy, and then I spritzed water, and you can't tell here, but there's some tears in this one. But I have strategically covered them so nobody will know, because again, there are no mistakes. There are just opportunities for creativity. So I had to get creative. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to take my spritzer, and I'm just going to give it just a couple of hits of water to help it loosen up the fibers. And then I'm going to put it in my embossing folder, center it more or less. It doesn't matter because I'm going to trim it. And then I'm going to run it through my Gemini Junior, my favoritist machine in the world. But now we're going to take it out. And can you guys see that? I'm really, really happy with that. Let me bring it in a little bit closer. There we go. So that turned out really, really nice. So I'm going to get a really good inking off of that. So I'm just going to set my embossing folder aside. I'm going to park my butt down again. And I'm going to grab my inks. In the video that I saw, this was done by Nicole Spore. She just used Distress inks. I'm doing I'm using Distress oxides. So I just pulled out the colors that came closest to what she used. So I'm using Spice Marmalade, Peeled Paint, Vintage Photo, Mustard Seed, and my card I used a different one, but I just got Mustard Seed and I like the brighter yellow, so I'm substituting because it was Fossilized Amber, but I'm going for the Mustard Seed. And then Fired Brick, and these are the ones I'm still in the process of collecting all of Tim's inks. I am not there yet. I'm working on it. And then I'm going to grab all my handy dandy daubers. I had to literally, so we will just start. I think last time I started with the Fired Brick, so that's where we're going to go to. That's going to be our go-to first. Just going to ink it up and just kind of strategically decide. Let me decide where my starting point is. So we're going to go this way. This is going to be up. So you go in, and I'm just going to lightly go in, and all I'm doing is I'm just coloring in the relief. And let's see what other leaf kind of makes me happy. I just want to spread it out a little bit. So we'll do this one right here in the middle. And then we'll go over here. I don't want to do the same leaf. We'll do this corner over here. And all I'm doing, it'll hit the middle, but all I'm trying to do now is just go over the top. I'm going to go in, I'm going to try mustard yellow next. And I'm just going to work different leaves. So I'm going to do this one in the mustard yellow. And all I'm doing, I'm just going over it real light. And I'm just going to do the different leaves. And it'll get a bit into the background, and that's okay. This is just a guide, kind of like, just wing it. And I'm not that wing it girl, so techniques like these kind of like make me like, wow! Because I'm like super duper AR. Move that out away. Let's go for a green. Go Peeled Paint. I'm going to do this leaf. And I'm just going in. Oh, that one doesn't even have a Velcro yet because it's that new. I haven't even put its little Velcro tab in here. Do I have it handy right here that I can do it right now? Yep, we'll do that right now. I just get these. I get these, you know, the 2 sets are the Velcro dots. I get these at the Dollar Tree or 99-cent store, name your place, but I just put them here on the bottom and then I can pop my phones and they're always attached. So now I have this. The one thing that I was just not feeling when I did the first one is that I wanted some sparkle because I'm all about the sparkle. I'm also going to take a moment. Let me wipe this out down. So let's see if this doesn't backfire on me, peeps. Dry that off because I pulled out some Tatter, just some sample packs I have that I bought at Tuesday Morning eons ago of Tattered Angels, and it's got a bit of a goldy tint to it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we're going to spray this. We're going to get brave, but let me, so I don't have to clean up the mat, my glass mat again. Let me find. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm back. I came back because I had this away from my desk. I just want to lay down that mat real quick here in my hot mess, so that I don't have to move a bunch of stuff. And I'm going to do this so that I can spritz this. Because remember, this is oxide, so it's going to react to the spray. So God only knows what's going to happen. Let's hope this doesn't backfire on me. But we're going to find out. This is going to be a bright, sparkly mess. But I wanted to give it a bit. I just want to have a bit of a shimmer. And I'm getting that. I'm pleased because this is spritzy enough. There we go. I'm going to let it go at that. And where did my, okay, we'll just grab a new wet one. Let me just dry this up or clean it off. Okay, we'll move this out of the way. We're just going to drop it on the floor. And then we have that. What I'm going to do is let me grab, here's my Tim Holtz dryer. I didn't, but I'm going to hit it with my little dryer here so that I can work with it. But I'm really glad that this is the decision I made. This has worked out. This is exactly what I envisioned. Yay! It didn't backfire on me. So see, don't be afraid. What's the worst? In reality, what's the worst that could have happened? I would have had to do this over again on camera. And we could have all laughed and said, see? But that's okay. I'm really pleased. I'm really happy with the look of that. Hopefully you can see the shimmer. There you go. I think I can capture that in the light. That shimmer. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted the distressed look, but I also wanted some sparkle because I'm all about the sparkle. Now, let me grab a card base. But when you look at this, what I didn't like was the stark difference between the white and the background. So what I did is I came back in with my vintage photo, which Dauber still has vintage photo loaded on it. It's this one right here. And all I did is I picked some up and I just went around the edges. Just really quick. There's no fuss, no muss, really. Just, you know, all the way around. Just to grunge it up. Because these are just card bases I have. I have 2 boxes of these American Crafts that I've gotten from doing the card swaps at the expo. It's part of the little goodie bag you get with your little bag of jute. And so I have 2 boxes of those, and you know, I've had them for forever, and I'm like, you know what, Maya, why am I not using these? So here you are. So I just go in here. Let me see if I can blend that out so you don't see right there. I went in kind of harsh. Okay. But now I did that, excuse me, and I like that better. I just like that it's not so harsh. So let me just put that away. Let me set that aside. Let me wipe that up. And this is what I love about the glass mat. Look how quickly and how easily that cleans. Ah, I know it's the little things that make me happy. I pick up my little straps and throw them on the floor or in the trash. I think they made it actually into the trash. Now what I'm going to do is I put this up. You can tell barely here on my sample. Everything is popped up. So I'm going to take my foam tape, my giant roll of foam tape. You could kill me now, and I don't know where this came from. I know somebody gave it to me. Like, here, Myra, have a roll of foam tape. I'm like, okay. So here I am with this giant roll of 3M tape. But it comes in handy, and it kind of like allows me to be generous. Although, again, you guys have heard me talk about it before. I get my foam tape from the 99-cent store. So if you're paying more than 99 cents for your foam tape, you're paying too much. Just saying. But I'm going to go all the way around the edge because I can, because I have a ton of foam tape. And this is a cute little technique that I actually learned from Ryan Swift, who is Glitter Grunge. Greetings. This is exactly how he measures out and cuts out his foam tape. So I'll have to say, Ryan, if you see this, thank you very much for that little tip. I'll consider it fair trade for the tube of 3D glue that I sent you that you don't use. But really, for what you do, I realize now that, yeah, I don't know that he'll use it. But guess what, bud? I'm going to show you a reason that it's going to come in handy, because I was so happy for having that syringe and my 3D glue. You see, because that's how I popped up the blessings, even the sparkly bit in the middle, the rhinestone. That's all that's done with the 3D glue, because it's clear. So it allowed me to do that, and it gave me playtime. And that's the one thing that foam tape doesn't. Once you put it down, that's it. It's either you better have done it right, or you're breaking out the undo. Those are your options. Okay, we'll toss that back because I have my adhesive drawer right behind me. I'm still in the midst of organizing the crafting corner, and most things I'm getting to a point where I'm really happy, except when I had to go to my mixed media box, which is up to my right under another box, and it's functional and pretty, which is what I was trying to acquire. But until I have to move the box that's on top of it and the cards that are in front of it, and lions and tigers and bears, oh my, then suddenly I go, yeah, I need a better system. But that will come one day when we move. Right now, I'm not worried about it. It works. I'm going to now take these and my little tool. And guys, save these. I save all of them. I'll show you right here. I have a handy dandy envelope. I've saved all of these. I save even the little bits right in here. Can you see? I save these for when I have to cut tape and in half. I apply a piece of that to the tape, and suddenly it is so much easier to cut. Have you ever tried to cut this kind of foam tape in half? You know that it just sticks to your scissors. I don't care if you have the Teflon scissors. I don't care what you've got. It just does. There we go. So that is a trick I saw done on YouTube, and I'm like, oh my God, that's brilliant. I'm going to steal that idea. So guys, it's not that I'm a genius. I just copy everybody. But that's how it's scrap lifting, isn't it? That's a technical term. Okay, so now let me center this. I'm going to do this way, so I apologize because you can't see me. Or, you know what I'll do, drat it, is let me stand up and not hit the camera with my fat head. And just lay that down. Good, bad, or otherwise. There it is. And I didn't realize this card had a wonky corner, but there you go. It is the beauty of a handcrafted item. I'm really happy. I'm just so pleased with the spark, that shimmer. That's what I wanted. I didn't want a glitter sparkle. I just wanted a shimmer. So now I'm ready to move on to putting the sentiment. This card comes together. Once you cut everything apart and everything, it comes together fast, which is a good thing because I'm going to do 15 of them. So I'm going to crank them out, which is why I have the blessings to spare, because I've already cut most of them. So all I have to do now is let me go in here real quick. Let's put this together before I do, because then I can just go back into assembly mode. So now I am ready. I've got my blessings done. I have my card done. Now all I have to do is do the sentiment. And I've already got that set up because I did one already. So I already have it set up in my Misties. You can tell, you already see I ended up using pomegranate red. I was looking for a darker red, and I started with the fire brick to use the same color, but it just didn't look dark enough, and I really had my heart set on doing it on the craft paper. So I had to use a darker one, and I found it. So I have ink stashed all over the place. So I have quite a few of FSJ, because I was a journey coach in another lifetime. So I have a bunch of these left from those days. All I use is a piece of craft paper, and I use the scrap. This I just cut a whole piece, and I automatically went to 4 1/4 mode because that's what I ended up cutting to cut out all the blessings. So it's just a scrap piece. I'm going to toss it into my Misty, and then the magnets will stick together. I'm going to plop one down with my bar. And it really doesn't matter how, it just makes sure that it's centered. And then what I did is I'm going to hit it. Okay, there's my also. I need to grab my embossing. Let me grab all my other things that I need. Here's my embossing powder, and there's my coffee filter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in a couple of times with my red, my pomegranate red. And we'll dip it in there. And you can see it, but I want to hit it. I want it to be deep. And I have too much crud stuff on my desk here, so everything is in the way. Do that again. I don't want it too hard because I don't want it to smur, and then I'm going to move. That's what it is. I have, there we go. That's why I'm having trouble closing the door to the Misty. I have 2 magnets, one attached to the other, basically piled up on each other. I'll hit it one last time. There we go. That's deep enough. I'm happy with that. Where's my little wet one? Let me just clear out, clean. See, that's how good this stuff is. It really wants to stick. But I'll hit it with stamp cleaner. I just want to get the bulk of it off. And then I'll hit it with stamp cleaner to get the rest off. Move my card out of the way. Just move everything out of the way. And now what I'm going to go in with is clear pigment. And I have a couple of pads worth of this, of the clear True Fusion clear pigment. You can also use Versamark. I have Versamark behind me, but I grabbed this also because it's nice and juicy. And I'm just going to hit it once. And it looks pretty good, but just, you know, to make sure, I'm going to hit it again. And you can tell I did a bunch of them yesterday because I got a lovely red stripe. I just wanted to demo this because I've got like 15 of these cut out. No, 14. I needed 15 with this card to do the demo. But I already did all of this. I already got this down to an art. Now I've got to unplug Tim. And now I have to plug in my other one. My Milwaukee. I love this thing. Whoops. And I'm going to do that. Turn that off. Now we're going to go in. I'm going to move, oops, my Misty over. And let's just pour down my embossing. And I'm using Ranger, the embossing clear. And no, I did not use my Stamp Pal. But I realized after the first time I didn't do it, I'm like, ah! And then I realized, oh, wait a minute, none of it sticks on it. I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to set that aside, and hopefully I don't blow it from here to China. And then just go in very quick. And this happens really fast. And there you go. I've got it now embossed. I am now going to unplug this so I don't have cords in my way. Toss that onto the floor. It is more stuff for me to trip on. I'm going to now grab my Tim Holtz ruler, my We Are little mini cutting pad, and all I do, I'm going to flip it around, is I just line it up. I line up to make sure it's straight. That's my biggest thing. I don't even have to do that. And since this is magnetic, I use that to hold my paper in place. I've already got the measurement set down here from literally as close as I could to get to the edge of the Misty. And then what I do, so I can get it right on both sides, let me grab my craft knife, is I know that all I have to do this way, because that's where the metal right, is I line it up. Hope you can see this line, it's 1/8. I line it up just to the tops of the letters, just to the top. So it gives me, and I go in just a smidgen, and then, whoops, nobody saw that. Okay, everybody saw that. So this is how you don't do it. But now you get the idea. I'm going to go ahead and finish demoing it, and I'm going to grab one of my spares. What I do, and now I repeat the same thing. So I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to measure, line up, use this right line here to line it up with the line on the road so I'm straight, and then I'm just going to take the little line here and line it up to the edge of the W. Hold this down better, and then just snip it off on this side, and then I did the same thing on that side. And I'll come back in, 1/8 inch, and there you go. That is done. But now we are going to grab from my pile. I have a bunch I still have to do the edges from. I'm going to grab one that's already completely done. That one's a big one. I went smaller on some of these. Did I not? Where's that one? There we go. I want to use that one. Maybe. Good enough. So this one, actually it's not been trimmed. So we get more practice at trimming. Let's trim this one. This one I already trimmed the sides and I hadn't gone back through and trimming, so it gives us a moment to practice again and get this right. All I'm doing is lining it up to the edge, one of my lines, so it's straight, because then I can use that to line up my ruler, one of the other lines, and then just get my 1/8 right up against the W. Make sure it's lined up straight, press it down, and then nip it off. And this is what you do when you do not have a guillotine, a Tim Holtz guillotine. That's next on my hit parade of things that I'm going to get. The question is, do I get the guillotine cutter so it could save me from doing this, or do I get the decal one first? I want that decal one bad. Just came out, and ooh, it's the new gadget, the new toy. And there you go. So now I have it, so it's essentially about 1/8 inch all around. Not perfect, but close enough. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be. And I'll move my ruler. I'll put my ruler away behind me where it goes. Now, the other thing, again, this looked a little stark to me, so this too I went in with my vintage photo. And I just went in. And that one obviously is a camera hog. It just wants to be on camera. But I just went in and distressed it all along the edge. All the way around. And I may take that sacrificial one. I may hit it with the paper distresser, see what it looks like, and see if I want to do that to the rest of them. But I'm not doing it to this one, just because this video is going on long enough. But there, all I do is distress it a little bit just to give it that little, I like that. I love that distress, that little touch of grunge with a little bit of sparkly, of shiny, kind of like a magpie. So now we are ready to assemble. So now I'm going to grab my syringe, and there's barely enough, I think, to work it. But what I use, in case you've never seen one of my other videos, what I am using is the Collal, whoops, there's my little toothpaste thing. It's the Collal 3D glue. And it is a clear glue. Basically, I think it's a silicone gel. And it comes in a big tube like this, like that. And I use it straight out of the tube as well. But for small spots like these, you can also just squirt it into the syringe and use the syringe. And this is how I did it. So I was able, that's how I got my blessings, both of these. So I'm sitting down, so let me stand up again. I want to stand up just to eyeball where I want these to be. Center it. And then I'm going to move it and blow it all, but at least then I can, and I think that's pretty good. Not bad. Give it a little bit of space because I also have to add my little bling, my little gold rhinestone. Because I get the little tittle from the eye, but it's like microscopic, guys. Can you imagine not only trying to use one, but to stack 4 of them? Yeah, that's not happening. When I realized, I'm like, oh no, we are going to use a rhinestone. So now I'm going to pick this one up first, and all I'm going to do is squirt, see, a bit of it in 3 or 4 places. And this is basically my 3D, but it'll push it up. I'm almost done with this, so I'm going to have to reload this before I do the blessings on it. But now, what I like about this, there are moments for foam. Like when I lifted up this layer, that was a moment for foam and not this. That would be pretty wasteful and expensive. But in moments like these, when I'm doing something smaller, doesn't use as much, and more than anything, where I want the play I want to see, then this one I'm playing less with. I've done other projects where I really needed the play time. Now, let's see. I may have enough in there. Let's hope. Oh, I just spotted something. This one, my bead doesn't go all the way. There's a piece of Chad. It apparently thinks it's in Florida. Okay, bad joke. I'm sorry. But I'm going to now put some of this here in the wider spots. And I'm done. I'm not done, but I'm done because I have to reload this. I should have done that before I started the video. But now you get to see how to reload. I just put the nozzle right there, and I'm going to do it this way so you guys can see. I just squirt. Whoops. I just squirt a bunch in. Not a lot, maybe to 2/3 full, if that. I'm only going to do about that much because I have to get the plunger in. I've already done it. I've already reloaded this once. Too much. And that was not a good thing. Okay, the other thing I do, if you get these guys, when you go to put it away, before you put the lid on, bring your glue up to the top, because what dries this stuff up is the air getting into it. And later on, I will take my little toothbrush thingy or toothpaste thingy. But now, what I need to do is, for one, clear all of this stuff. This is all the plasticky bits. Now, of course, I've got it all over my fingers. Yay me. But now, I'm going to push. I have to put the plunger back into space. But see, had I overfilled it, I would now not be able to get it. I've done that already. Been there, done that. Have the t-shirt. Don't do it. But now I'm reloaded and ready. So I want to be careful because I don't want it to be visible, but by the same time, it is completely transparent, so it's virtually invisible. On the other card, you are hard pressed to see it. You have to be really looking for it. And if anybody's going to that much trouble, you punch them in the nose and take back your card. They have no business doing that. Because like I say, it is the beauty of a handcrafted item. And now we'll put down our blessings. But see, this on something, how else would you be able to, pop this up without this? So it's what I love about the glue. I'm doing this so that I can see it and get it laid down. It's it has a bit of a curve to it, but I like it. So this looks to me, so I've had it down for a couple of minutes all this time I'm working for it, and I just realized it was a little bit crooked. But I was able to go in and still fix it. And I believe I have some glue there. Oh, it's just a piece of the plastic popped up. But now I've got that. So now all I have, give me a second. I want to grab a wet one and grab the sticky. I have some of that collal on my hands and get it off because it's bothering me. I have a thing about clean hands. It's like this. And I'm going to grab my vast collection of rhinestones. And these are all from Tall Mouse. I usually go in there and I get them. And they last forever because I have a jillion of them. And we'll pull out one. Yay! It landed up right side up. I couldn't have done that on purpose. And all I'm going to do is squirt a little bit of the glue. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can see, but I'm just squirting a little bit right there. And then I'm going to put, this has a lid, little lid too. So you want to put that on there because otherwise, I went so long without using it that it was actually dry. It had dried up right in here in the nozzle, but I just grabbed the pin and spun it around and it was just right at the point and the rest of it was just fine. And I was able to do, when I did this card, the sample, it was working just fine in a hot second. Now all I do is I'm going to lay my rhinestone. I mean, look at it right there. It's already, but I'm going to press it down just a tiny bit. And then, of course, straighten it out because it wants to go wonky. Well, hi there, Squeaky. Say hi, Squeaky. Now, can you move out of the way, sweetheart? Go in your corner. She has a cubby right where I'm pointing her. There is a cubby, and she lays in it. Although there's a container in the one because that's not the one she's supposed to go in. She has one I have perfectly empty for her. No, that's not the one she wants to go in. She goes in the cubby with her stuff in. Let me straighten that out. And I can sit here and go crazier, or I'm just going to leave it as is. There we go. Is that okay? Nothing looks okay. All right, we're going to leave it at that. But there you guys go. That's pretty much it. I will find a sentiment, and I still have to go through my sentiments to put something on the inside, and I always put a handcrafted by me on the back on my cards, but I pretty much put this together very quick. It comes together really quickly, and it's cute, and it's pretty, and it's simple. So not no fuss, no muss. And that's it for right now. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing any of my other videos, I always have something to say and something to do. Please subscribe and ring the bell and you know when I come back, all right? Otherwise, have a great evening, everybody. Please take good care of yourselves. And don't forget ever, scrap your madness, okay? Bye.